Hello and welcome. Today we're just going to be playing some more limited. Gonna see how close we can get to Mythic. At the moment we are currently sitting at Diamond 4, getting closer to getting there. I had a very good draft this morning. We've managed to push this all the way up through. So we're just going to continue on for this draft and see how we get on. I'm just going to do some social media posts and then we will get underway. Right, let's do this. Or did it actually post first time? It did post first time. That's incredible. It's the first time that the Discord API has worked first time. I've not had to do anything fancy with that to get it to work, so that is good. Let's see how we get on. Right, I was going to test a couple of things. I need to turn the audio on because I keep turning it off when I'm not streaming because it just annoys me. I'd rather have my music on, but when I'm streaming I don't have music on. So this hand's pretty good. We've got 2-drop, we've got 4-drop, 5-drops, so Oligarch's a very good 2-drop to have. What have they got? Twilight Panther, sure. Second guild gate here is reasonable because we're going to get to play that on turn 3, so it doesn't slow us down in the curve. It does mean that when we do end up drawing our bigger things, we're going to be able to cast them. So Ill-Gotten Inheritance is very good here as well. Just going to trade with their Oligarch if they give us a chance. Interesting not to attack with Twilight Panther. Let's test these notifications. The notifications do work, okay. Still trying to get a hang of some of these notifications. Had changed from using the what's some of the Streamlabs standard things to using the arena created ones. So Magic gave us access to, or Wizards gave us access to some tools to be able to stream with. So I've been trying them out because they're slightly more Magic related, and thought that would potentially improve the stream. Right, we're going to lead on Ill-Gotten Inheritance here, and then go into Grasping Thrall, and hopefully we can, in fact probably not, probably play Syndicate Messenger just so we can try and trade with one of these Death Touchers while leaving behind something. So we'll go down to 10 here, then we're going to go up to 11. So as long as they don't play anything massive here, we should be in reasonable shape. If they play something like another Blade Juggler, is kind of awkward. And a Twilight Panther, that's really awkward. Okay, we're going to need a couple of good draws here. I think I'm still leading on the Syndicate Messenger, so we can trade and then block again next turn. As much as the Grasping Thrall gaining us some life is going to be necessary, I think we just want to be able to try and trade and leave a body behind. Maybe you should have just played out the Griffin on turn 4 rather than Ill-Gotten Inheritance, just to try and stabilize the board a little bit more, but didn't really want to be making the trade of trading this thing off for any of that stuff, so it's kind of awkward at that point, but... Oh wow, that was a difficult choice, wasn't it? Killing my creature. Definitely blocking a bit Blade Juggler here. Just need to keep our life total as high as possible while we try and stabilize with some of these other cards. They're going to go down to 9 this turn, so another Guild Gate. Hopefully we can find our one of our Angels, which will gain us a heap of life and keep us well in the game. And we're still just dead on board, aren't we? Slightly too slow. I think not having the 3-drop was kind of brutal for us. But I don't think there's a whole lot else we could have done differently. Alright, let's go up again. Right. This hand's fine. Oligarch on 2, Orator as well, help us gain some life. Just going to lead on the Oligarch here. It's going to be able to push in damage pretty much regardless of what they have, so we'd rather be able to do that than have to run into something. Well, having the Zeal now is quite nice as well. It means that we can potentially use that as a trick in combat. A couple of 2-drops. We'd like a land so we can get this Griffin down, then it's going to help us find some more lands. But they've still got nothing, so that's good for us. Worst card in our deck. Good. We'll whack for 4. Hopefully they try and use a removal spell to exile this. And we get to do this. So we get to trade with their... They're going to take 6 now. They didn't get to do that. They should have definitely done that while last turn, because I could have used this, but then they don't take the extra 2 damage. But that works for me. You have a 1-3, sure. The 1-3 is awkward just because we've not really got a way to push through it. There's no point trying to push in at all with that. Okay, they didn't have anything there, so just going to play out this Griffin. Get our Scry on, we gain a life. More lands are fine. I'm going to throw lands away at this point. Well, if we hit all the way up to 5, then we're not going to have any problems with our mana. So, assuming they're actually a red deck, and that's why they're struggling to cast anything. Syndicate Messenger, another flyer, gain another life, another land. So then if we draw any untapped land, we can cast the Angel, and if we don't, we can play Knight. If they somehow get aggressive, then they've got a Summary Judgment. Mammoth Spider's an awkward one. Guess we're supposed to play this Archangel and pass. So we go up to 29. Like, they're not going to be able to push through particularly easily, so, like, this buys us time regardless of anything else. We can find one of our ways to be able to push through damage. Yep, that's fine. Sure. Okay, Ill-Gotten Inheritance is a good one because that's just going to give us that inevitability. Also means I just want to push through with these guys if they... This means they're taking 4, which then means this Ill-Gotten Inheritance is lethal next turn, so... We go up to 30 as well. Just means that they now have to do something. Because they're dead on board, so... Sweet. Jump on into another one. This hand's a little bit land-light, but it draws 3rd land and we have a 4th mana, so that's fine. Tesa's a good one to have with Syndicate Messenger too, so... This hand's a keep. Certainly on the draw, gives us extra looks at the land we need anyway, so... Okay, so we get to play Gutterbones here, slightly late to the party, but it's fine. Then we've got the Locket, and then Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Okay, they've missed a land drop 2 there, so that's... If that doesn't get quenched, we're in good shape. I think I'm just supposed to play the Thrall and try and apply as much pressure as possible. Okay, they've got a really slow draw. Smoosh. Ill-Gotten Inheritance, go. You can keep getting good game as much as you like. Cool. That was a nice and easy one. Up to Diamond 3. It'd be awesome if we can go on a bit of a run today. That would be awesome. On the play, this is slightly awkward to have a black source, but we do get to play the Griffin on time, or the Knight of Sorrows ahead of time, so to keep. If we draw a black source on turn 3, it would be reasonable, because then we can play Locket and Oligarch. On turn 4, sorry. See what our draws lead us into. Okay, so we're just on the play Griffin's plan. We are going to solidly look like a blue-white deck until we start playing black spells. Sure. This is a pretty good space for Knight of Sorrows, because he could block both of them and kill both. So you're going to need something to deal with this guy. Then next turn we can play Griffin and Oligarch, so... It's actually one of the best boards I've seen for this guy. Not often he's good, but here he goes. Okay, so they missed a land drop there. Oligarch and Griffin. We basically just want any spells. Yeah, that's spot on the money. Sure, you got a 4/4. Smoosh for 3. Let's play out the Grasping Thrall. Savage Smoosh. That's rude. What you got? You got nothing. Okay. Griffin down. I think we're just going to cast another Griffin here, try and set up a draw for next turn. See if we can find something to deal with this Arynx. Teysa. Teysa's a pretty good one. Teysa's going to let us trade off these guys and then make some good tokens. That'll be lifelinking, so lifelink tokens will be pretty good on this board. So lead on Teysa this turn, so it means that if they do want to trade off with these things, then we get to make 4 tokens and they'll be lifelink and vigilant, which would be amazing. Means that they're likely going to have to kill this Teysa if they want to try and progress at all. Yep. You have a 3/3. You have a 2/2. Assuming that means there's no attacks. No attacks there is really good for us. Grasping Thrall, just pad our life total even further. Hit them down to 7. I can hold the land. So yeah, at this point we can chomp block with the Oligarch and the Knight, make tokens, and yeah, we can even get rid of the Thrall. Thrall's not even relevant here either, so assuming they don't gain any life or get any flying or reach blockers. Okay, where are you pumping? The Arynx. Right, so we're going to block this one, and we're going to block this one with that one. Oligarch's going to get in the way here, and Thrall's going to get in the way here, I guess. I don't really want to risk this Teysa, I don't think. Certainly on my life total, like I'm not in a massive hurry to be able to get rid of stuff. We're not winning at the moment. Well, we're kind of winning at the moment. We've won a few so far, so I think we're about to win this one too. They're going to need some kind of reach blocker here to actually stay in the game. So some Teza making 4 light vigilant lifelink tokens is pretty good here. So so they're dead. Cool. Hit you for 7. Sweet. Awesome. Okay, so we're 4-2 with this one. Just trying to eke out as many wins as we can out of this one, and we'll do the first on-stream draft portion that we've done of Ravnica Allegiance. I did this draft offline because I was playing last night and this morning, so this didn't actually go through the drafting process on here, but we'll do that for the next one. I quite enjoy Ixalan because there's a lot of depth to it. I just wish that they'd created some of the cards in a slightly different way to make the format slightly more balanced. Like the Merfolk stuff was just either the most overpowered stuff or just like the worst stuff, which always meant it was just kind of not really a thing to worry about. But yeah, this format's pretty good. I mean, gonna keep this one, just see how we get on. Yeah, we just need to kind of see how you're able to progress with this format. Obviously, there's quite a lot of stuff going on, so it's just a matter of seeing how you can progress the game. Obviously, you can play all the colors are pretty even and balanced. I don't think there's any that are stronger than anything else. Yeah, Ixalan's got a lot of rares that swing the format quite a lot, which people don't like. Certainly where they've got cards that are basically unbeatable rares, like a lot of people don't appreciate that kind of thing, and yeah, it makes for some poor gameplay some of the time. So I think the first Ixalan before Rivals was actually a very good draft format because I think it was slightly more balanced. But certainly now it's much worse. It was much worse with Rivals because Merfolk was as I say, either ridiculously good or unplayable at any single point in time. Yikes, the mana. Well, we're just going to lose to our mana base here, but this hand would have been excellent. But yeah, we're just going to lose to our mana base if we don't draw a white sorcerer next turn. Kind of need to play this Thrall. Not having any gates to be able to work toward the Angel, so even if we draw 2 gates, our next 2 draw steps, like we're not playing this till turn 7, and we're probably dead by that point, so even just being able to get other creatures down so we could actually priest and try and find some more. 2 oozes. Yikes, 2 oozes would be... yeah, there's a lot of cards that that do that in that format, so... we're going to have to block something this turn, aren't we? 3, 6... yeah, we have to chump block this Blade Juggler, which is really annoying. Which does basically mean we're dead. I can pump this anyway, so... it's fine. Let's just move on. Just got screwed by our mana, our deck just not drawing any mana. Keep a 3-lander and don't draw land for a turn. Then when we do, it was the wrong colour, so... that's fine, that happens. Gems. I can only get gems out of this set now, I think. Right, cool. Let's draft. Let me turn on Deck Master because I've forgotten to do it again. Okay, so this pack has a couple of interesting picks. Let me see if Deck Master is going to work. Deck Master going to work? Yes, Deck Master is going to work. Yeah, this one isn't like I really like the rare. Consume is very good. Grotesque Demise is very good. Law Mage's Binding is very good. But this card literally just has every single creature you play says draw a card. So it's definitely going to be the rare here. This card's great, and every time I've picked it and played it, it's been pretty ridiculous. So just trying to see if the Deck Master extension is going to work or not. Doesn't appear to be. Let's open up another tab and see if it works in there. No, Deck Master seems to have disabled itself. That's clever. Why have you disabled yourself? Never understand these extensions and how they work. Like, some of the time they just don't want to work at all. Right, so it's Guardian Project here, and I'll see if we can figure out what's going on with the rest of this stuff. This one, Skatewing Spy, is excellent. Just giving your creatures flying is massively relevant. Ceratox, just like a dude, just doesn't. It's above size in this format, but it's not doing anything massively special. Tend to not like being red. Sorry, I think red is slightly difficult to have pay off. I think basically any other color combination is pretty good. Yeah, it is gonna work. Cool, that's it working. Apart from it, again, it doesn't like the order of the cards. Ceratox does slide past a lot of blockers. I just really like the Spy. Think that just giving your stuff flying is just massively relevant. Flying is such a massively powerful thing to do in this format. This one, there's Arrester's Admonition and there's Titanic Brawl. I don't really rate Scuttlegator. Clamor Shaman is fine, but it's like that's like your payoff card for being red, and it's like that's not amazing. Steeple Creeper's fine as well, but again, nothing massively exciting. I'm going to take the Brawl. There's not too many removal spells in green, so it's a good one to pick up. Another Titanic Brawl. There's a Grasping Thrall, which is excellent. There's a Sphinx's Insight, which I like in blue-white, but it's obviously not the direction we're currently looking at. I'm just going to pick the Brawl and try and move toward having some kind of bulky deck. This pack's pretty poor. Blade Juggler is the best card. Just going to pick that and see where we get to. Incubation Incongruity is a very good card. Like, the Incongruity is actually very good. Deals with a lot of problematic permanents like Gate Colossus and things like that. I'm going to pick that one. I don't think any other cards are particularly good, and we're even going to be able to play the Incubation part of this in our deck, most likely. We've picked a lot of good green cards, so... this one has a Growth Spiral. I think Growth Spiral is pretty good. It just helps you get to casting your bigger spells and gets you to adapting. Not massively keen on the other cards in the pack. Rubble Slinger's fine. Stony Strength can be quite good, especially with the Skatewing Spy. I think I'm just going to go with the Rubble Slinger just now. The Rendhorn's fine. Steeple Creeper or the Boar. I think I'm going to go with the Boar. There's quite a lot of 3s. There aren't that many 2s that you want to play, so not keen on Scuttlegator. Open the Gates would be fine. Thought Collapse would be fine if we were slightly heavier blue, so we'll just see how we get on. This one, we've got Code of Constraint, which is a reasonable cantrip. If you cast it with Addendum, stops the thing on tapping, which is pretty good. This thing's just not happening ever, so Wall of Lost Thoughts is a reasonable one. It's good in your high alert decks, just being able to hold up the ground. But Chillbringer is the most powerful card in this pack. Savage Smash is pretty good as well in red-green, but Chillbringer is excellent. So there's an Archway Angel for the Gates payoff. Cindervines isn't very good and limited. Swirling Torrent I actually quite like. Just allows you to have such a big tempo swing by just tucking something and tucking and bouncing something is really good. There's another Titanic Brawl, but at the moment we don't have that many creatures of a reasonable size, so although it is the cheaper spell. I think I'm just going to go with the cheaper spell. As good as Torrent can be, I would rather just have some cheaper interaction. Applied Biomancy is a very good card. Just the multiple different modes on this card and how it interacts is just excellent. And there's not a whole lot else of any kind of cards across there, so that one's fine. The hybrid is excellent. 2 mana, 2/2. I'm not a big fan of the Fairy Duelist, so I just don't think that it achieves a whole lot in this kind of deck. I don't mind it in the blue-white decks, but I really don't like it in these green decks, especially when I'm trying to leverage Titanic Brawl. I'd much rather have my 2-drops as boars and hybrids. So hybrid's great. It's a 2-drop that becomes a massive threat later on. Skittereel would also be okay. Not massively exciting, but certainly happy enough with a hybrid. Quench is fine. Guildgate's fine. Nothing massively exciting in this pack. We've already got quite a lot of spells. Let's pick another Rendhorn just in case we don't pick up any other 5s. Pick up another Open the Gates just in case we end up wanting to splash something. I think I'm happy picking up a Simic Guildgate just to help our mana slightly over a second Rubble Slinger. Another hybrid is great. Code of Constraint would be reasonable. Fairy Duelist and Swirling Torrent both came back. I think I'll just take the cheaper spell just now. We'll take another Brawl. We might not play all of the Brawls, but it's good to have access to them. Going to pick a Simic Guildgate over the Quench. Don't think I need the Quench. Okay, so we've got Absorb, Aeromunculus, Growth Spiral, Admonition. We really need some 3-drops, so Aeromunculus is spot on for that. It's also just a very, very good card. This pack doesn't really have anything for us. Tower Defense isn't amazing. Prying Eyes is awkward at times. It's good if you have access to the Mystic Snake. I think I'm just going to pick another Guildgate here. Just keep her mana good. Also means that we can now pick up Gate Colossus, which is excellent for us. I do like Slimebind. It's just a way to stop their creatures being relevant. I'm going to pick up a Steeple Creeper here just because we need more creatures. I like Grilled Beastmaster. Wrecking Beast, probably pretty reasonable. Don't have a whole lot of top end. Yeah, let's go with the Wrecking Beast. So that one makes a noise. Take a Skittereel. Happy enough playing an Essence Capture. I can take a Growth Spiral. And then we should be just about good from there. And then we're just on cuts when we're in deck building. Let's take another brawl. I'm certainly not going to play them all, but we can figure out how many we do want to play. Take a British Strider just in case we need another 3. Right, let's have a look at this. So we need to cut quite a lot of non-creatures. Probably only playing 3 brawls. Probably don't need all those. Open the gates. Quite happy to play the 4 gates, especially with the gate Colossus. Axebane Beast is not amazing. The Slinger is probably the worst of our 3 drops. We've got an Aeromunculus, so that's better. We're still looking to cut non-creatures. So we've got Incubation. Prying Eyes is probably just too expensive. Not massive on Fairy Duelist. What else can we cut? We're playing the Guardian Project. Code of Constraints, good. Probably don't need those. Probably don't need to open the gates at all. Cut one more brawl and go with that. Right, let's quickly post on Twitter and then cool, let's roll. Let's play some games. This hand's fine. If we draw a green source, Guardian Project is just going to mean that basically every creature in our deck is a singleton, so just get to draw a lot of cards. And if we only draw blue lands, then we get to play Spy and Chillbringer. So obviously we'd like a Forest, but we can go a couple of turns without. Okay, Simic Guildgate's a good one there. Means we get to land the Guardian Project next turn and then just start playing everything. Do I want to? Kinda don't want to. I don't want this to get countered because like it's our card, like basically our entire form of card advantage. Just gonna play this guy out. Sure. Okay, that's fine. We can land this Guardian Project and then start playing out some creatures. Happy enough doing that now. Just didn't want it to get... Having this get countered would have been really bad. Like, we don't have a whole lot going on in our hand other than just creatures, so... they've got to Mortify. That's rude. Just going to play a Rendhorn with haste, I think. Play another Guildgate. So I think that's all of our Guildgates. So Gate Colossus won't be coming back, if they do kill it, but it's only going to cost us 4 mana. So Summary Judgment, sure. Okay, they're basically out of cards here, so... Okay, land there's pretty good. Get to play this Wrecking Beast. Gonna give it a counter. And then we're gonna play a Skatewing Spy and just fly over. Sure. So I go down to 10 here. Okay, leave the Panther back, sure. Ugh. That was pretty brutal. Alright, well, we got to play Gate Colossus and Skatewing Spy here. Which means that we're not dead on board. Attack with the Gate Colossus, play Aeromunculus, and then it means that we have lethal in play, so we can try and maneuver stuff next turn. Doing's a Quitty, yeah. Okay, so we're just going to have to leave these guys back, which is fine. Gate Colossus is just a monster, so if they don't have anything to deal with either of these, then we do just get to kill them with the Gate Colossus. Sweet. Gate Colossus gets it done. 1-0. That was a bit laggy. Gems. Right, onwards. This hand's pretty great. Aeromunculus into Beastmaster Rentorn. Code of Constraint is a bit of tempo as well. The gate, so this is already cheaper. I'm just going to play this Incubation out. Well, we could have done with some of those lands, but sure. So we go to 18. Drill bit me. Sure. Not anything massive, like, assuming they're just going to take the Aeromunculus, the rest of the hand's not. Nothing you'd really want to take. Yeah. I think I'm happy enough just using this Code of Constraint. Cycle, try and make sure we hit our next turn's land drop. Knowing that we've only got 10 lands in our next 24 cards, does mean that we're going to have to get a bit lucky with our land drops. Play the boar. Yeah, I just want to hit a land so that we can start casting spells again. Like all of our... If we hit 2 lands, we're basically fine. Like, our hand's going to be pretty solid. Yeah, no blocks there. Perfect. So we had to play Beastmaster as a 3/3, which checks this Oligarch for the time being, assuming it lives. Seeing as we've not done anything else, I'm kind of expecting it to have a grotesque demise. Final payment, sure. Don't mind that one so much. Yep, take my 3. Take my 2. That's such a weird no attack with that. I don't get that at all. You have to put the hybrid out. Just want to get these Renthorns down. Get these Renthorns down, just start chugging in with everything. So I'm going to pump my creature, bounce their Pegasus, so they're just left with the token from the Oligarch. Just trying to make the most of our mana here while doing this. It's going to offset their tempo a little bit, making this thing go away. Hopefully we draw the land so we can play the Renthorn and smash with everything. Seeing as this just leaves them with a 1/1. Syndicate Messenger, sure. That's still not a land. Take our 3, go down to 10. Pegasus is fine. Well, we're as well attacking. Be weird if they had a combat trick here. We would have surely used it in combat to kill the hybrid. Final payment to kill the hybrid. Guess I'm just supposed to kill this token. Try and keep the board clear so that these Renthorns can do work. Yep. 8. Vampire. Vampire's pretty good. Oh, still no land. The screw is real. Yep. Yeah, we're dead. That's fine. Right. Move on to the next one. Hopefully we will not get screwed to the same degree there. cards. Hope everyone's doing wonderfully this fine Sunday. Taco leftovers sounds amazing. This sounds pretty good. Hybrid and Beastmaster. Growth Spiral help us dig a little bit as well. Have to lead on the Simic Guild Gate rather than the Azorius one, just because all of our spells are green, and that's a green source we've got. So lead on this Hybrid. Renthorn's a good draw too. Gateway Sneak. That's fine. So we're not attacking. We'll just play Growth Spiral this turn. Yep, that's fine. They're using that just to be able to push this sneak in for one, then I'm okay with that. Okay, they missed the land drop as well, so Growth Spiral, put a land in. Let's play the Renthorn out as a 5/5. He's a big old beast. Sure. Steeple Creeper. Guess we're happy enough just Code of Constraining this thing. Titanic Brawl's an excellent draw. So we're going to hold up Essence Capture here, and then if we don't need to counter anything, I'll Brawl with the Gateway Sneak, or Brawl with the Steeple Creeper. We'll see what they do. I would love to counter that one. Okay, so we only have one green source, which is slightly awkward, but I'm going to start with an incubation. See what else we can find. Chillbringer's a great one to find. Guess we can just play this with haste and put them to 5. Put them to 5 means that they can't necessarily attack with these things. We've got a Chillbringer and multiple brawls that we can potentially play. Another forest is pretty much perfect there. Gonna try and cast this Chillbringer, see if they've got the snake. They do have the snake. So Rendhorn's an 8/6. Hopefully they double block here, and we can hybrid and trade with the creeper. So they lose both their things. No, that's not how we're doing that. We have to, don't we? We are as well killing the guild mage as well then. Just leave them with basically nothing. Come on, hit me. Hydroid Crassus, are you for real? Yikes. And we have an Exposed to Daylight as well. Why do these people keep playing these bad cards in their main deck? Which happens to entirely blow out everything we were trying to do. Alright, onwards. Let's try and win some. Yeah, like, I don't know what the correct response to that happening is, but I'm certainly not happy about it. This hand's fine. We can lead on the Azorius Guildgate first. Boar on 2. Guildgate on 3. You have a Footlight Fiend, sure. Don't need to attack yet. Got plenty of stuff going on, so. Sure. We've not been keen to attack with this Footlight Fiend, so we'll see what they do with this Clamor Shaman. Yep, sure. So let's tap down this thing, draw a card. Smash. Sure. Thought there was a chance to keep the Clamor Shaman there, but Ill-Gotten's like my favorite card in this set. Just excellent. We just really cannot draw lands with this deck, can we? Let's just play the eel. This Recluse has got to hit us, which puts us down to 12. Hopefully we can get this Biomancy down, or this Chillbringer. Try and put it through. Yeah, I had a deck with 5 of them yesterday, which was probably too many, but that was quite fun. Just meant you always had one in opening hand, so Does mean that you're able to play the game at a slightly different level. Find a brawl. Pump this thing. Yeah, I'm not sure why people don't rate it. The card's just been excellent for me almost every single time. Right, so we're gonna do both of these modes. Give this a count. Give this a +1/+1 and bounce this thing. Buy us a whole heap of tempo. Sure. I don't want to fight the thing, so I've just got to let this happen. What do you have, opponent? Come on. Suicide these so they don't get to cast the spell from that either. Do I want to give this haste? No, I'll give it counter. Yep. Are we blocking? No, about to say blocking would be a bit weird there. Play the Gate Colossus. Hopefully I can just tempo them out here. Revels, sure. That's basically lethal. So I can hit them for 13, puts them to 4. Is there any draws I've got? Don't think I have any draws to get out of this. Used my Beastmaster already. Skatewing Spy doesn't do anything. Had a Chillbringer, but yeah, we are dead. Okie doke. On to another draft. See how we get on with that one. I think that was. I don't think there was anything we could have done about the old Hydroid Crassus deck, but. Yeah, that one was rough. Okay, let's see how we get on. Okay, so Judith's a ridiculous card that just makes all of your things ridiculously good. Bellhaunt's very good in the white-black deck. Gatecloth's obviously very good. I don't think this one's particularly close. Judith is excellent. Skewer is very good removal. Flames of the Razeboar is good, but it's expensive for the effect. So I'm just going to go with Skewer. It's the cheaper card. Going to hopefully have a nice Rakdos deck. Cult, Guildmage, and Ill-Gotten Inheritance. I think I'm going to go with the Cult Guildmage because the Ill-Gotten Inheritances come later on in the packs. They usually come slightly later, and I really like Cult Guildmage just for being able to trigger Spectacle. Burning Tree Vandal's pretty good. Rakdos Trumpeter's pretty good. Bankrupt in Blood isn't very good. The rest are all kind of medium. Trumpeter or Vandal? I think I'm going to go Vandal. These decks kind of need their card quality to be quite high, so you need to be able to filter through them. Trumpeter there is pretty good for us. We get a Carnival Carnage. Dead Revels. I think it's better than the Acrobat. Another Trumpeter. Footlight Fiend's probably going to be pretty good in this deck with what we've got. Grudian's probably fine. Not going to highly unlikely play a second Dead Revels, but we'll put it on the board. Okay, so this pack's gone reasonably. Another Trumpeter, wow. Sure, so this pack's gone really well for us. Just looking for more forms of card advantage, some more removal, and yeah, that's pretty much all we really need. This one we've got Smeltward Ignis, which is a reasonable threaten effect, but we've got Blade Juggler and Ill-Gotten Inheritance, which are better cards down here. Mass Manipulation, obviously excellent card, but we're nowhere near that. Again, I think I'm going to pick the Blade Juggler because these Ill-Gotten Inheritances seem to come slightly later on in the packs. And Blade Juggler is a very important card. Awaken the Erstwhile is an interesting card. I'm just going to go with the Undercity Scavenger. Just turns our bad cards into slightly better card later on. Grotesque Demise, excellent removal. Just get stuff out of the way so we can keep hitting them. I think at this point I'm in for an Acrobat. Another Scavenger is probably pretty good. Don't think I'm in for another Footlight Fiend yet. I like Rafter Demon, but it's kind of expensive. Drill Bit it is. Blade Brand's probably pretty good. I mean, most of our stuff's trading quite aggressively anyway. We'll take a Goblin Gathering, see how many we can pick up. There's an Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Yeah, I guess Gatherings does get better with Judith as well. Take a Carrion Imp. Gathering number 2. Let's see what we get pack 3. This pack is pretty appalling for us. It's just going to be another Burning Tree Vandal. We've got a Skewer or a Rakdos Roustabout. Just going to take a Skewer. Oars of Enforcer is a really good Spectacle Enabler, just because it's basically unblockable because it's got Death Touch. The Roustabout's really good as well. Does a similar kind of job. Probably just in for the cheaper card. Get the point. We've actually got we've got 3-4 removal spells. So I'm actually going to be in for the Goblin Gathering here and just try and get as many of these as possible. Blade Juggler again. There is a Fireblade Artist, Vandal, but Blade Juggler is a very important card. We're going to be playing a Blade Brand anyway, so we're as well playing the Daggercaster, I think. Storm Strike's probably pretty good. Might play a Rafter Demon. Carrion Imp for the... Probably going to sit in the board. A Roustabout Wield, sure. Another Roustabout Wield, okay. Don't think I need 4 Trumpeters. A Fireblade Artist Wield, woofed. Okay. Rakdos it is. Rakdos it is. So we've got 10 cuts from this. So Acrobat's not great. Rafter Demon's probably worse than some of the other stuff we've got going on. Probably don't need all of these Trumpeters. That leaves us that still. Probably need to cut one more spell. And then it's cutting creatures. Yeah, this is about as good, I think, as you could build Rakdos. If this isn't good, then Rakdos probably just isn't good. I've probably just cut the Daggercaster and the Blade Brand. It's probably too cute and too mana intensive. This potentially just wants to be 16 land as well, but... Oh, what more do we want to cut? It needs to be creatures. What's our worst creatures? Footlight Fiend's not amazing in this. Cut a mountain. Leaves one more. Want to play 2 Trumpeters. Cult Guildmage is good. Judith's good. Roustabouts are good. It's just a 1 Scavenger, I guess. I mean, that's realistically our curve, isn't it? Cool, let's play some games. Oh, you don't even think this can get the 7th win? It says all about Rakdos, doesn't it? Okay, liking the look of this one. I think got 1 Goblin Gathering early is going to be reasonable. Obviously, our Judith draws are going to be our best draws in this deck, but this seems pretty reasonable. Yeah, I don't give Rakdos particularly good odds either, but opponent has mulliganed. We've got a reasonable opening hand. Trumpeter into Gathering, into Removal Spell, Drill Bit, Storm Strike, stuff, lots of stuff. That is the worst noise for a card. Lead on the Goblin Gathering here, just get goblins down, get goblins in play. Yeah, sure, take. Yep, that one's fine. Smoosh. Storm Strike. Get some value out of that one. Don't think we need the Enforcer here. Get to poke them, then we get to Drill Bit you. You're missing a color there, pal. Let's take this one. Yeah, just looking for more Goblin Gatherings or Judith. That's kind of all I really want here. Clan Guildmage, sure. Another Goblin Gathering, that seems pretty good. Just cast this, make 3 goblins. Smush for 1. Just try and get some of those off the table. Skewer my Trumpeter, that's rude. sure. Let's get this thing in play, and then we're on kill their stuff and keep smooshing them. Drain you. Blade Juggler's a great draw there. That is just talking about the power level of Rakdos, though, isn't it? We can have as good a draw as we like, and we're still not going to be in the game. Yeah, sure. Like, you got me with your Gift of Strength. You got me, and you've still not got a blue source. Don't think I care here. I think I'm at the point where I can race. You got to remember they've not drawn any lands, so Arynx. Let's just try and poke through here. They're gonna likely block one. We just get to skewer this Arynx. That thing's going to be a problem, so... Yikes, Beastmaster as well. Judy! There she is. Better late than never, Judith. What's your follow-up? So you're dead? Sure. That was a weird attack. That was a really weird attack. On to game 2. We're 1-0 with Sweet Rakdos deck. Yeah, it was a pretty strange game. But hey ho. Take the wins as they come. This hand's pretty good. Cult Guild Mage into Blade Juggler into Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Ideally, they don't play a 2-drop and we can push with the Cult Guild Mage. Ideal. Juggler. Oofed. Yeah, sure. Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Smoosh you. Like, if this draw isn't good, I don't know what is. Oh, come on. Where's the... Give us some more creatures, please. If they have an Ill-Gotten Inheritance as well, it's pretty rude. I've got a Thrall. Gonna give this thing haste. I really want to filter my draws here. Another skewer. This is pretty good. I mean, this is just about how you draw it up, isn't it? We'll get to skewer something before combat because we'll spectacle with ill-gotten inheritance. If they have nothing, they're dead. Happy with my hand. Deploy. I think deploy's fine. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That was kind of like that's a bit of a roadblock. If they have like an angel or something here, it's kind of annoying, but Keto of Precinct 1. Sure, you got anything to follow that up with? Drain. Skewer that thing, please. Mortify the Blade Juggler, sure. You've got a 1/1. No, don't tap like that. Arena, don't do that to me. Cast the Blade Juggler. Okay, that seemed like a reasonable turn for us there. We should potentially be playing the second Dead Revels, I guess. Just because of how spectacle-y our deck is. Right. Vandal. With haste. Ditch a land. Find a Goblin Gathering. Ooh. Clear the Mind is a deck. Yeah, we'll leave that on top. I like hasty things. Roust about to go. Yeah, there's a couple of clear the mind control decks that you can play. Generally in blue-white, where you're playing all of your life gain spells and removal spells, and just kind of playing the game out till you basically draw your deck. No, it doesn't seem to be the cards they've got in that deck, but they've got stuff like Deploy and stuff, which, yeah, it's maybe not quite on the money, but it might just be wrong half of their deck. But 2-0. This hand's mana slightly awkward, but we still get to Juggler on 3, so we're just gonna full on cast all these other things, and we'll play the Guild Gate on 4, I think. They're not gonna block this Enforcer regardless. Okay, we drew a mountain anyway. Smoosh for 1. Fairy Duelist, sure. Sure. You got it. You got me. Cast Blade Juggler. Play a Guild Gate. Our hand's pretty good from here. Like, Cult Guild Mage and Skewer are pretty good cards for what we're trying to do. That's nice mana base, pal. Ouch. Smoosh. I think I'm just in for Roustabout and Cult Guildmage while they've not got any ability to counter anything. I don't mind them looting off this thing, it's costing them mana, and we just get to skewer the thing away anyway, so... Chillbringer, that's fine. Get to skewer that too. Ill-Gotten Inheritance, that's a good one. Right, we're going to poke them for 1. So we can skewer the Chillbringer. Play the Ill-Gotten Inheritance and just smush with these things. And if they want to double block the Blade Juggler or double block the Enforcer, that's fine with me. That works for me too. Another Chillbringer, sure. Okay, they're done. Wonderful, 3-0. Let's keep going. The wheels keep churning. Come on, opponents, come fight me. This hand's slightly slower, but Goblin Gathering is still a good first play. It means that the Blade Juggler is likely to be able to push in, then Drill Bit as well. That thing's annoying, but at least we can sack our goblins to this. Come on, opponent. What do you have? Another one. Yikes. I guess there's half a chance here that we can get to Blade Juggler this turn. Ooh, okay, interesting. Definitely going to keep my guy about. Don't need the land. Wasn't expecting them to block there at all. Come on, opponent. You can do it. I believe in you. After all that, no plays. What do they have? Alright, I just need to know what's going on. Not a whole lot of anything, is it? Let's take the spider away. So they can cast a Scuttlegator. This hand might just be a little bit too slow for this, but hopefully we find our Judith, and then having to do this just to push through damage is not really where I want to be at, but lots of little goblins. Guess we can actually attack with Blade Juggler here. Skewer that thing. Just have to do this and let them gift a strength us. I think we just lost this one, but just didn't have an answer for this card. Yeah, we'd had our third Goblin Gathering. That would have been fine. Need something slightly more proactive before that point. Oh, let's go again. Thanks again, everyone, for hanging out this wonderful Sunday. This sounds good. Trumpeter, Roustabout, Drillbit, and Stormstrike. Sign me up. Opponent's mulliganed as well. Yeah, nice chill Sunday. Do some drafting. No worries at all. the old 2/2 ram. Just going to lead on the roustabout. Gateway sneak. Just take away the other snake. I think I just want to do this and try and push in damage this turn. I really just want the scry from the Storm Strike, like we're flooding really badly, so. You've got a hybrid, sure. Ugh. We're just not beating this thing now. We've just got a whole lot of nothing there. The flood was quite bad for our 16 lander to have drawn 7, so let's try again. That may have been a slightly early concession, but it was more just for trying to make this make the stream slightly more entertaining by not sitting trying to grind through games where we're not going to win. We'd rather be trying to play slightly more proactively, slightly more. Yeah, 6 and 3 is definitely still on. I would obviously rather the 7 and 2, but we would probably take a 6 and 3 from here. But yeah, this is the thing with Rakdos. Like, there's just so little card advantage and so little ways to push over the top. Like, I don't. Always makes me wonder what they were thinking about when they were designing some of these cards and the ways they were in the interactions. Like, why didn't they make some of them slightly more pushed to try and like balance things out? Like, what if Rakdos Trumpeter's activated ability was 3 mana rather than 4? Little things like that. How all that impacts how the limited format hangs together. This being 4 mana is quite expensive. Like, I don't think they could have made it 3, but at that point, does that then push Rakdos into being one of the better clan guilds rather than one of the worst ones? Judith has arrived. We love Judith. Opponent decided to not play lands. We're just going to go wide with this stuff and play Judy next turn, so. Yeah, that's the thing that, like, there are some cards that have, like, I don't know, they could have maybe made something similar to Judy, a different rarity, just to try and, like, even just like having Goblin Gathering, it's only like Goblin Gathering, there isn't anything else that, like, goes together at all. It is quite poor when you think about it. Like, just don't understand. Like, all the other guilds are so synergistic, and this one's just like, I'm gonna beat you in the face, and then I'm gonna cast some spells. It's like none of them are, or very few of them are related to that. I think Ilgon Inheritance is one of the better cards for the synergy of Spectacle, but it's actually better in Orzhov because Orzhov has the better creatures to be able to abuse it. Yeah, I don't know what they would have had to do to make it slightly more balanced, but Would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for a part of those discussions, or see what they say now, in hindsight of their decisions they've made. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like this, I think that's why people are enjoying this set, is that all of the cards are really high power levels. All the guilds are really powerful, and there's lots of interesting things you can do, which is great. That's exactly what you want to be. Like you want to be have all these choices, all these different things, be able to do all these powerful things. Like having the gates and the clear the mind decks as like extra decks in the format, so you're not just drafting guild strategies, I think is really interesting, and I think that's a really good take on the format, because then it means that you've got essentially seven guilds or seven archetypes to be able to draft at a table, which then means that in a paper draft, like you've got 8 people, so that means that you're only one person's having to share, and it tends to be Orzhov, because Orzhov is the deepest color pair. I just find it interesting that obviously there's a lot of decisions that go into building games. Yeah, it's just how they come to these decisions, and how they end up where they do. Playing Trumpeter on 2 here just so we can enable Spectacle next turn through a creature. Goblin Gathering's not doing a whole lot with this Rubble Belt Runner, but we'd like another Swamp so we can we could cast potentially both of these in the same turn. Go on, hit me. So me and my 2-color deck can't cast all my spells. They probably can cast all theirs. I'm just going to take this damage. Look to try and be aggressive with these things. Especially seeing as how our hand is set up. I think leading to be slightly more aggressive is beneficial for us. Skewer the Juggler, sure. Gatebreaker Ram, sure, you've got 2/2. Time to gather the goblins. Can't block, won't block. They have a Guardian Project. They got too many cards though, so hopefully we can beat them down before they get too many more. I'm gonna get rid of this Rubble Belt Runner while we have a chance to. Just because it's going to keep pushing in damage. We're not going to be able to stop it for a while, so lose a goblin here, but I'm not too worried about it. Need to try and push damage through. Like, we're just going to go and make more goblins next turn, play Cult Guildmage. Stormstrike's going to get them because they're not going to expect it. Really just need them to... We need to kill them before they draw too many cards with this Guardian Project and have a lot of creatures. Arynx. Arynx is a good one. What have you got, opponent? Come on. Thrash the Fireblade Artist. Sure, that's rude. Get our Scry on. Don't need the land, but we'll take an Ill-Gotten Inheritance all day long. Stormstrike's going to hopefully get them here. They're hopefully going to push this Arynx, try and get some damage in. Zhortar Goblin. Sure. That's going to draw them a card. Guardian Projects are so good. Let's just sit behind our wall and our ill-gotten inheritance. Play the Gathering next turn. See if we can't just buy enough time to get all the way over the line. Rendhorn, sure. This will have to come in with a counter, which draws them a card. It's not got a trample though, so that one's fine. I wouldn't mind a land here. Judith's a pretty good one too. So we're going to lead on the Goblin Gathering. Realistically, just want to get them with the Storm Strike. At some point, they're gonna push with everything at some point, or push with a lot of creatures at some point. So let's block with a Scavenger here. They're gonna pump. We're gonna cast Storm Strike. I don't need that land now. So we'll get to cast Judith. Just going to start being aggressive with this thing. Just going to kill the Rendhorn. Just shoot them. And play Cult Guildmage. Just kill the Goblin. Just play another Gathering. Goblins, hobgoblins for days. Incubation, sure. Get Colossus, sure. You can cast that one too. Yep, you got it. You can get the draw card. Sweet. Five and 2. This hand's slightly awkward, but it's still a keep. Draw a black source, but if we draw a black source, it's great. If we only draw a red source, it's still fine. We get to Goblin Gathering, and hopefully that'll give us enough time to push through as well. Okay, do you want to draw land this turn at least? Grudian, sure. Okay, we get to cast the Goblin Gathering. We go to 18. Syndicate Messenger, sure. Just going to take some damage. Just need this Vandal to find some black source, and then our hand's pretty much turned on, so whether or not it's going to be good enough now, they've got multiple flyers, who knows, but Trumpeter's not going to be good enough here. Untapped black source is great. Ping that thing for 1, ping you for 1. Land, Blade Juggler, let's try and find some more good spells. Another land, sure. Well, this Vandal's going to be able to turn these lands into some more spells in theory, so try and keep the board clear. Debtor's Transport, that one's going to be slightly awkward, but Judith's a good draw. Ditch that Guildgate. Imagine they'll trade here. Nope, cool. Works for me too. Cult Guild Mage. Sure. Sure. Ditch a land. Find a skewer. Skewer's a good one. Sack this little guild mage. I can put Stormstrike on top. Stormstrike's great here. Ping you for 1. That thing getting lifelink's gross. Don't think we've got anything, do we? No way to interact with this at all. That's frustrating. Just getting beaten out by bad cards essentially, but slightly better curve than us that game. Our mana hurt us just 1 turn too many, I think. 5 and 3 was reasonable for that deck. Let's crack a couple packs, then we'll go into another draft. Gems for days. Right, ranked draft. Let's go again. Let's see what we've got to work with here. I think the best card in this pack is actually the Oligarch. And I don't think it's massively close, which is really frustrating. But yeah, we'll pick that one as a start. I like picking up a Gates Ablaze early, because then it just means that you can focus on picking up your Gates Matters cards after that. So I like picking that one up here. Although there's an Oligarch there, that's a good one to pick up. I like Depose Deploy more than anything else in this pack. I'd rather just keep ourselves open. This pack's pretty poor, so I'm just going to pick a Gruul Guildgate to keep ourselves entirely open. Again, just going to pick the gates when the packs are bad. These packs have been really poor. I'm just going to pick up these Goblin Gatherings. This is our opening pack, which was pretty poor in the first place. Pick up a Clear the Mind. Growth Spiral will be fine. Guild Gates. Spider's the best card in that pack. Right, that wasn't a great pack 1 for us, but we'll see where we get to in pack 2. So this one, like, we've not got any kind of real direction, so we're just going to be almost starting again. Just going to pick up a Grotesque Demise, I think. It is the strongest card in the pack. This one's not got any real direction to it either. Just going to take the Flames. Like, our red cards are our best cards at the moment, so take the Gate Colossus. We're going to need to try and find some ways to win games. Grasping Thrall's great. Chillbringer's one of the best cards in that pack. Ill-Gotten Inheritance is good. Just ignore the colours. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. It's fine. Frilled Mystic, sure, why not? We're going to be greedy. Let's be greedy. Yeah, I want as many Growth Spirals as I can because I want to be casting that early. I guess Carnival's going to be fine to potentially kill something early. Let's take our Rakdos Locket. This is going to be a really messy 5-color deck, but hopefully we can get there. The Reveler's probably pretty good in our really medium deck. Another Goblin Gathering, sure. Another Gates Ablaze. Certainly just need to find those cards because the rest of our deck is not very good. Second Clear the Mind's probably required. Growth Spiral. Hybrid. I think we're just going to write this draft off and we'll just see how it goes. We'll take the Angel. Pick up any gates throughout the rest of this. Sphinx's Insight is spot on the money as well. So is Prying Eyes. Like, our mana should let us cast anything regardless, so... Right, so we need to cut non-creatures, so... That's a bad one, don't need that. Probably don't need these lockets. Roustabout's not very good. It's actually 15 to 13, so it's still too many non-creatures. Definitely need the Prying Eyes because we need to be able to find our spells. That's never actually going to kill the things we want it to kill. Frilled Mystic's probably just too much of a push. Line up with that. What the hell? What's the worst that could happen? Let's see how we get on with this abomination of a deck. Well, we can cast Ill-Gotten Inheritance on 4 if we draw land, so that's about as good as the deck's going to have. Oh no, they're going to aggro us out. Ow. I think I'm just going to cycle this on turn 3 if we don't draw red source. Yeah, just going to cycle this. Well, I'm glad we didn't cast the Goblin Gathering there, otherwise I'd have been probably quite tilted, so... There's an Ill-Gotten Inheritance for you. Hopefully I can live for 20 turns to be able to have that win the game for us. Strider, sure. It's a 4-3. Recluse. That's large. That's large and hasty. I think I'm just going to block the Footlight Fiend so I can try and get multiple creatures into play to block with stuff next turn. Obviously it puts us to 2, but not a whole lot we can do this game anyway. Yeah, sure. They have a reasonable deck. We don't, so... you know what? I'm actually just going to resign from this one. This draft was just awful. So let's scoop out of there and we will... why did we get 2 there? And we will go on and do another draft. Mythic Wildcard. Sweet. Gems. Okay, I like Gateway Sneak. The rest of the pack's pretty poor. Red-black's not a colour combination I want to be in. Biomancer's Familiar is excellent. Certainly gives us a direction we want to be as well. I'm going to take the Applied Biomancy over the Hybrid, because the hybrids seem to come later for some reason. Take a Growth Spiral. I like the Admonition over everything else in this pack. Skitter Eel's pretty good with the Familiar as well. Growth Spiral's good. We like Growth Spirals in this kind of archetype. Incubation. I like Steeple Creeper. Another Growth Spiral. We're just going to ramp our way up. There's the Hybrid Wheeling. Stony Strength's pretty good too. And a Boar. Beast we're not going to play. Regenesis we're probably not going to play. Cool, so that pack went reasonably well. Essence Capture is a good one. I guess we'll take a Slimebind. That pack wasn't particularly inspiring. There's a Hybrid. Admonition. Brawl. Not a whole lot of anything. Absolutely nothing. Basically nothing. It's a good thing we've already got basically all of our playables we needed from the first 2 packs anyway. Don't actually need to pick anything. We'll probably play a Quench. We've got another Gateway Sneak. Biogenic Upgrade is excellent though. I think we probably just want the upgrade in this deck now, given the way that it's gone. Steeple Creeper's pretty good. Probably just a Griffin. I'm just going to take a Gate Colossus and try and pick up some gates. Don't need too many gates to make a Gate Colossus good. Like 2 or 3 is fine. Take another Hybrid. And another Hybrid. Love picking up hybrids. And a Brawl. Gift of Strength. I don't mind playing 1. Stony Strength's not going to be amazing in this deck, but... Right, so we've got far too many non-creatures, so we've got to cut some of them. Slimebind's not amazing, Stony Strength's not amazing. Got a couple of growth spirals. Cut the essence. I like the essence capture actually. Just cut a boar. Let's go with this. Thanks everyone for hanging out this fine Sunday. Hope you're doing well. We're playing ranked drafts on MTG Arena, which at the moment is currently Ravnica Allegiance. Ugh, this hand's awkward. Gonna keep it. I really hate mulliganing in these best of one formats. Sure. Cards that shouldn't be in your deck. Keep that one on top, just lets us play a tempo game. Cool, that was an easy one. We'll take that one. Especially seeing as that deck's not very good, but take any wins we can get. Want to know? This sounds pretty good. Turn 2 hybrid, turn 3 sneak, turn 4 eel. Sneakity sneak. What you got, opponent? Courier, sure. Just doing that so we get the card draw off of the admonition and the card draw off the sneak. Again, just trying to play as much of a tempo game as we can. Yep, you got another courier. Same courier. Guess we can just play the guild gate here and smash with the sneak. Get a card off that one. Play the skitter eel and pass. Then we can smash with everything, purely because we can activate both of these adapts, or we can gift the strength the sneak, so we can just smash with everything. Oh, the red, okay. Interesting. Sure. Smoosh. Just gonna pass so that we can essence capture something here. Sure. Gonna have to do something to the sneak. Come on, opponent. Okay. I'll keep drawing cards, don't mind me. Just try and snap counter anything they do. Just keep them off having stuff in play. Not really bothered about what we try and counter. Yeah, sure. You got it. We are so far ahead, it's not even funny. Sure. Sure. We've also flooded so badly, but... Deploy. Rude. Just want to try and find something to do. What's their life? They're on 8. Let's take the Griffin. We can try and scry into the next threat too. Perfect. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you've got a sneak. That is, as we say in the business, a chump blocking sneak. What you got, opponent? What have you got? Sure. Pay 5 life, kill myself. Sweet. Two and 0. What have we got? Come on, opponents, come fight me. I'll take you all on. This one's slightly awkward just because we don't have a whole lot of lands, but Quench and Brawl are going to be reasonable bits of interaction off of this turn 2 hybrid. Sure, got Terramander. That's going to be a nice one for this hybrid to brawl with. Hit me. Can hold up Quench here as well. Vampire. Don't care about that one, but we're just going to kill the Terramander in the meantime, and then we're going to admonition the Vampire. I did that slightly wrong because I should have waited to play the land, but yeah, punished. At least I called it before it happened. Just get lazy playing online. Yep, the Vampire of Doom. Yeah, well, not the end of the world. Hybrid. Smoosh. No blocks, sure. Cool. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's fine. You got to have something good for us to adapt this and not want to counter something. Adapt this. Sure. Hybrid, go. No. Adapt this thing again. That's stuck this time. That's great for us. Smoosh for 6. And again, just not going to do anything because we can essence capture a creature. Yeah, sure. Sure. I think I'm just supposed to... Yeah, let's just counter it, because we draw a land, I want to get this Gate Colossus in. Steeple Creeper. Let's play out the Griffin. That one's great. That one can stay right there. Sure. Hit you. Just gonna play out another lethal attacker. Got 2 bound spells to be able to play about with stuff, so sure. Ouch. I'm gonna wait and see if they block, because we might be able to get this Fairy Duelist here. Blade Brand. Alright, so we're gonna give our... So my guy's getting plussed, your guy's going away. I don't want you to draw the card. You can recast if you want, I don't really care, just don't draw your card. Just pass. So they get to play the Duelist to not die this turn, which is fine, and we get to play the Gate Colossus. Send that one away. Sweet. Three and 0. Can't complain too much with this deck. It's been good to us so far. going to keep this one. Growth Spiral is going to help us dig to lands, so the admonitions buy us a lot of time, so... Growth Spiral. Put a land into play. And then miss the next land drop, obviously. Play the hybrid. Sure. Send that thing away, see if I can't hit a land drop. Obviously not. Just play a Skitter Eel. Just going to attack with the eel here. Not going to try and get too tricksy. Going to hold up the activation of this and the brawl. Do I care about deploy? Not really. No blocks, take my 4 and like it. Hoping they play some nice big 5-drop that we can, there's less than a 5/5. Like that one's perfect. Fight this one and this one. Then you can drain me all you like. Let's just get rid of a token. Do another brawl, so it means I'm not going to cast the incubation. Again, hopefully they play something just big enough for us to kill. They gain 4 life, but it goes away again. Nice bit of tempo, despite the fact that we are obviously missing some land drops. Alright, Senate Griffin. I like that one on top. Sure. It's done all of its tempoing already, so I wouldn't worry too much about that one. You got to lock it too, sure. Yeah, that's fine. Take our 2. I'm just going to hold up each of these. Like, it can cast any of these the next turn. I think they're all pretty reasonable. Can double block this veteran too before it actually kills us. Double blocks. Cool, that works out quite nicely. Yep, that works for me too. Steeple Creeper still means we get to leave up Gift of Strength and Essence Capture, so hopefully have this one locked up too. Yep, sure. Sure, things that don't matter. Sure. Let's cast Incubation. Whiffs. Whiffs is awkward. Hybrid go. It's not like they killed anything massively relevant. Ill-Gotten Inheritance is a good one though. Hopefully get a counter creature here. Yeah, we'll just snap counter anything. Gross. If they have Stone Cold nothing, this Biogenic upgrade could kill them, but obviously we're a lot of the way into our deck and have no lands. Oofed. Yeah, that's fine. We're dead to that one. It took them to have 2 rares to kill us. And it took us till the 23rd card in our deck to draw a land, so that happens. Onwards and upwards. Been a quiet old day in Twitch chat today. Probably make this the last draft, then I'm going to go do some other stuff, seeing as it's been quite quiet. Yeah, this one's fine. We've got the hybrid, a couple of brawls. Trumpeter. Just going to cast Growth Spiral here. I'm not going to waste my time attacking. Sure. Sneaky sneak. Sure. Smack. Draw a card. Play Growth Spiral. Put the land into play. Play a land for the turn, and then we'll cast Incubation as well. And let's just pick up the Gate Colossus. Gate Colossus means that these brawls are turned on the biggest way, so... I'll quite happily discard those so I can cast the Gate Colossus next turn. Sure. If they don't ever get the point, they're not going to have an answer to this one, I don't think, so we'll see what they've got. It's a difficult card for Rakdos to answer if you don't have Consigned to the Pit or Get the Point. Is that... That stinks of a Blade Brand. I pump this in Blade Brand, so I'm just going to pass. Just smells like a trick. Whereas I can continue to advance my board and they don't do anything, so... And then I can just start getting the Creeper activation in and hit for 4 in the air. They have to blink first here. Like, I'm going to kill you with this creeper before you get to do anything about this Colossus, so... So they've still got this trick. I am assuming that it's pump this thing and blade brand. So as soon as we draw some kind of way to interact with it, we will be able to attack. Also, just like continuing to push in with this is going to make them need to play Carrion Imp to be able to deal with this. So. Yeah, no blocks. Scorch Mark, Steeple Creeper. Sure, I can't do anything about that one. Lethal Attacker. Oh, I messed up here. They've got the blade brand, they get to kill both of these. Yeah, I messed up. That should have been the turn where I attack with both, I think. I played around it the entire game, and then one turn I just completely forgot that they get to kill both my things with that, so... The entire reason I wasn't attacking. We knew they had it because it was the only thing that made sense. So. A little bit annoying, but just needed to play tighter. This one's pretty good. Steeple Creeper's activation only costs 2 with this in place, so it's really efficient to be able to smash in with this. Gatebreaker Ram. Sure, my guy is bounced. Sure. Sneaky sneak. Yeah, I'm going to take this because it means I can brawl to kill this and play the hybrid this turn. Or I can play the other creeper, actually. Yeah, let's play the other creeper because we get to push in so much damage with those next turn. Yep, we got a 4/4 now. I just get to bounce it. Continue to plow on in with the rest. Yeah, no blocks. Okay, you got 2 rams. So bounce a ram. Hopefully this just applies just enough pressure to get them. Yep, you got a 4-4. So adapt this. Make this fly. Smash with these guys. Sure, so take 4 anyway. And you're dead to the creeper next turn. So you need something right about now. Angel would be pretty good. Skyguard, yeah, I guess that does it too. If they attack with this. So we don't have a flyer blocker for that. Let's just play out the Gate Colossus, I guess. Guess we can play hybrid. No, let's play that Gate Colossus. It's a 5/5. Can't stop that, so go to 3. And you've got a Gate Colossus of your own. Okay, so land is lethal. Not that land. Not that land. Oh, did I have it anyway? If I'd put 1/1/1 or 1 and 2, yeah, I had it there. Whoops. I should still be okay, but that was a bit of a blunder. I might not even have it anymore. Don't think I do. That was a mistake. Crap. Crap. May have got away with this. Let's see what they got. Yep, sure, that one doesn't really matter. Three blockers is probably enough. See if they make a mistake. Oops. Oh, that was annoying. Had that game. Had it and threw it away. Okay. Not the most successful stream, so going to call it a day there. Thanks very much, everyone, for watching today. Ooh, Ravager worm. And we will catch you the next time.